Hello guys, welcome to this video. This is a Stopwatch project from Coding Ninjas. This is front-end skill test 1. I uploaded this project on GitHub, which is live on GitHub. You can see that. My Stopwatch website look like this. I added a background image and there's a many features. You can see that start, stop, reset and lap. When you put the start button, then timer started. And when you put the stop button, then timer pause. And when you put the reset button, then time reset to 0. You can see that also. These are normal stopwatch features. I just added an extra feature which we will call lap. When you put the lap buttons, then lap times shows. Initially, you can see that then there is a lap container which is disabled. When you put the lap button, then lap container visible, and you can take unlimited lap times. And with the lap counts, you can see that. And when you put the reset button, then both lap times and timer both reset to 0. You can see that, and also then lap container disables. Now jump on the stopwatch code. This is a HTML code of stopwatch. You can see that I added a title icon here, and also there is a big container in which two container, watch container and laps container, which is of in flex and flex column. In watch container there is a stopwatch heading, timer, and also 4 buttons: start, stop, reset and lap. And another there is a lap container in which is initially disabled. In lap container there is a lap times heading and also lap times. Now move on to CSS styles. In CSS style you can see that we remove the default margin padding. In body you can see that we add a background images and display flags and align items in center. You can see that. And I also added a lot of CSS styles in stopwatch. You can see that. And I also added a hover effect on buttons. This is the code of hover buttons. And also you can see that initially laps container display none. When we push the lap button, then it will visible. And also you can see that I modify the scroll bar. Scroll bar appears when the lap count increases to 6. Then the scroll bar appear, and then I modified the scroll bar. I decrease the width of a scroll bar and change color of the scroll bar, and also change the color of scroller. You can see that. This is the CSS styles. Now move on the JavaScript code. In JavaScript file, you can see that windows.on function. This will execute it when the screen is loading. First of all, we initialize the R minute, second, millisecond to 0. With the help of query selector, we select the all timers and all buttons and also lap list. And after that, we initialize the empty array. In empty array, we store the timer, lap times. You can say that. After that, we initialize lap count to 0. With the help of this lap count, we count the lap times. There is a start timer function. We use here arrow function. When you push the start button, the start timer function executed. With the help of start timer function, the timer runs or started. You can say that there is a timer function. Now move on to button. When we use add event listener. When we click the start button, then all previous interval are cleared. After that, there is a start time function executed every 10 seconds. Sorry, 10 milliseconds. Every 10 milliseconds. After that, there is a stop button. When we click the stop button, then the all intervals are clear. With the help of this timer pauses. With the help of reset button, when we click the reset button, then the all timer reset to 0, and also all lap container empty, and lap count to count initialize to 0, reset to 0, and also lap container disable. And with the help of the lap button, when we click the lap button, then the lap count increases to 1, and current lap times stored in a current time variable. After that, in after that with the help of this function, the lab container source. In this lab container, with the help of this, the lab times added in a lab container, and with the help of this lab times stored in an empty array. This will the all code in Stopwatch. If you the like this code and like this my project, then you can give like to this video. Thank you.